Welcome! We're here to help you find the perfect dog trainer in Hampton. This is all about giving you the confidence to help your dog thrive so you can both enjoy everything this city has to offer.
So here's what we're going to cover. We'll start with what makes training at Hampton unique, look at a trainer's methods and credentials, talk about program types and costs, then get into how to interview a trainer, and finally, cover some local rules and great resources.
First up, let's talk about the Hampton environment itself and why that's so important for your dog's training. I mean, this is the goal, right? Picture a beautiful day, you're out walking the trails or enjoying the beach with your dog by your side. A well-trained dog really is the best companion for exploring all the amazing spots our city has.
And this is so key. Training really needs to prepare your dog for our local life. We're talking about staying calm on busy streets, handling the energy of community events, and even getting used to the sounds from Langley Air Force Base. The right training builds a dog that's confident, not just obedient.
Okay, so now that we know the why, let's get into the what. We're going to look at the heart of any good training program, the methods and the qualifications behind them.
You're going to hear this term a lot, and for good reason. Positive reinforcement is really the modern standard for dog training. It's a science-backed approach that's all about rewarding your dog for getting it right. It doesn't just teach commands, it builds a really strong, trusting relationship between you two. And on the flip side of that, you really want to steer clear of any training that uses fear or pain. The goal is to build your dog's confidence. Methods that rely on intimidation can actually make behavior problems worse, and they can really damage that bond you're working so hard to build.
So when you're checking out a trainer's website, what do all these letters mean? Well, for general skills like puppy manners and obedience, look for trainers specializing in that area. But for more serious issues like reactivity or deep-seated anxiety, you'll want someone with specialized credentials in behavior. These certifications prove a trainer has put in the work and is committed to staying educated.
All right, let's get practical. Next up, we'll look at the different kinds of programs available and what you can probably expect to budget for them right here in the Hampton area.
Generally, you've got two main options. Group classes are awesome for teaching your dog to focus when other dogs and people are around, which is a huge skill for city life. Private lessons, though, give you that one-on-one time to really zero in on specific goals or behaviors. It just depends on what your dog needs. And here's a snapshot of what that investment might look like. A group puppy class could be a couple $100s, while a board and train, which is much more intensive, will be a larger expense. This should give you a good ballpark idea for planning things out. Okay, so with all of this information in your back pocket, you're ready to actually start talking to some potential trainers.
Finding the right trainer is about so much more than their prices or certifications. It's about finding someone that you and your dog both click with. And asking the right questions is how you find that perfect match.
Think of this as your interview checklist. You definitely want to ask about their philosophy to make sure it's positive. Ask how they'll measure success and what you'll need to do at home between sessions. And pay close attention to that question about working with your vet. That collaboration is a great sign of a true professional.
Last but not least, let's connect all this training back to our community by looking at some local laws and some really great places to practice those new skills.
Good training helps you be a responsible dog owner and a great neighbor. Hampton has some pretty standard rules about leashes, vaccinations, and noise. A good trainer will help you nail things like loose leash walking and managing barking, which helps you stay in line with city codes.
And that number you see, 4 months, that's the one to remember. Virginia law requires all dogs 4 months and older to be vaccinated for rabies by a licensed veterinarian. It's a really important one for public health.
Now here's a little local tip that's good to know. Hampton doesn't actually have a separate city dog license, but that rabies tag you get from the vet, that's legally required to be on your dog's collar anytime they're off your property. It's a simple rule, but a critical one.
Once you and your dog start getting the hang of things, these are some fantastic places to go practice. You can work on those leash skills at Buckrow Beach with all the sights and sounds, or practice recall at the Hampton Dog Park. These spots are like real-world classrooms for your dog.
This quote really just says it all, doesn't it? The effort you put into finding the right person and practicing what they teach pays off in a huge way. It makes for a calmer home and a much more enjoyable life with your dog.
We really wish you the best of luck on this journey. Getting this right is going to open up a whole new world for you and your dog to enjoy Hampton together, from a simple, relaxing walk in the park to navigating a busy neighborhood with ease. That kind of confidence is just priceless.